Today, our challenge is building the worst loadout possible in Counter-Strike 2 as of September 2024. And I tell you what, we start strong for this because I've gone for Moto Gloves, a finish line in Battle Scarred for $100, and I've paired it with a Navaja knife, Ultraviolet, also Battle Scarred, for $95. So a lovely $195 combo. For me, the finish lines are one of the most eyesore pair of gloves in the game, so getting them in Battle Scarred, it takes away the brightness, but god, they're still just ugly. And I want to note, this isn't just going to be focusing on Battle Scarred skins, because obviously there's certain types of skins look awful in Battle Scarred, but there will be some minimal wear and field tested through there too. Now, I will say for the agents, it was kind of hard to pick one. I just went for the most unpopular, in my opinion, which is first Lieutenant Farlow. $9 for this in, I was gonna say in a wear. There's no wear, just $9 for the agent. Yeah, it's just I don't like the sleeves. It actually kind of pairs with the green, but I don't like the sleeves. And then on the T side, I went for Ground Rebel, Elite Crew. Again, I just think this is one of the ones where $8 for this sort of agent. I don't know. Don't think the value's really there. And I want to note all these prices are from the 21st of September. People are trying to inflate and pump the prices of agents, so if they change, I can't help it. Now, my USP of choice for the worst loadout is going to be the check engine in Battle Scarred for 35 cents. Actually, I think I prefer it in Battle Scarred over Factory New because I don't get to see as much of that god-awful pattern. For the P2000, I go for Granite Marbleized in Battle Scarred, which is $18.50. Surprisingly works with the gloves on the inside, just because of how shit it all looks. But yeah, I think the price, how this looks in Battle Scarred, it's just awful. Then over on the Glock side of things, I went for the Groundwater in $16 for Battle Scarred. Surprisingly, I've paired my P2000 and my Glock with the gloves unintentionally. And before I show the deagle that I've picked, just a reminder, we are giving away a deagle this week. It's going to be the Midnight Storm. To enter this, all you have to do is make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below of which skin you think is the worst in Counter-Strike 2. I think that'll open up some interesting conversations. We'll announce the winner in a week, and it'll be on stream and in Discord. Make sure you're in Discord so you don't miss out if you win. And let's look at the deagle selection. I opted to go for the Bronze in Field Tester, which is $5, mostly because I don't like this skin anyway. And I think then just as you go field test it, it picks up knocks and wear, and it's not very nice for the money you're paying. Now, my AK of choice is the Predator in Battle Scarred for $19. I just hate this skin in general. I don't like the artwork for it. I think it's awful, and obviously in the Battle Scarred, it just gets even worse. Now, if you watch my M4A1S ranking video, you'll know I don't like the briefing that much, and it's got my pick here. Battle Scarred, just over $3. It's just very lackluster skin. It's not very nice to look at in game, so yeah, it's going to take the pick here. For the M4A4, I went for the Converter in Field Test. It fairly cheap at 35 cents, but it's just one of those ones. I don't really like the color of the skin too much. I don't like the pattern on it, so you know, I think it justifies, we're building the worst loadout possible, should probably be it. And as you guys will know, I'm not here for the Safari Mesh agenda, so it's actually going in here. It may be 3 cents for Battle Scarred. I think it looks awful, so it's going in as my worst op possible. I know Cloud did a MP9 sort of skin overview video recently, and he agreed with me that the MP9 Slide is the worst MP9 skin in the game, and it looks even worse in field tested. Now, the MAC 10 actually has a lot of nice skins. It's got a lot of skins that are horribly overpriced, but I think the combination of bad and overpriced is here with the MAC 10 commuter. Minimum wear, $15. It just looks horrible. Over on the P250, I went for the Exchanger, which again is actually kind of pairing with the Battle Scarred of these gloves. I thought Theory crafted all this, looking at previews on sites, and fuck, I didn't think about it coming together with the Battle Scarred gloves. Now, for the dual breath, I went for the oil chains. These are 80 cent field tests that you can also get them souvenir. I think because people see them so often as souvenir, they hate them. The artwork's not that nice, and then even with wear, it gets worse, so I think they're a worthy pick. For the 5.7, I kind of struggled to pick one, because there's probably a handful of skins that I think are right at the bottom of the barrel for the 5.7. I ultimately went for the Coolant. 3 cent Battle Scarred. It ends up looking so horribly worn, and I've never just been a fan of the colours anyway. Now, a skin that I wish I was blind for, because it's the Hunting Blind, and it's $2. It's got this stupid pattern over the top of it, which is used on the likes of the safety net as well. It's what you just tell us an early tragic CS skin. And then we have the Cyano Splatter. 2 cent in Battle Scarred. This is for the longest time our only blue Famis. I hear it even in Factory New. it's even worse in Battlescarred. For the Mag 7, I went for Sonar because, again, the colors, the wear, the artwork, it just ends up looking a little bit rough. It's the Urban Perforator for the XM. I think you guys can see why I've picked this. There's nothing really to like about this skin at all, and it costs well over $2. Over in the CZ, I went for the Green Plaid, which is just a bit of a lackluster skin. I'll be honest, the CZ has a lot of good skins. It's got a lot of skins that maybe could have been in the argument for, but I think this, with the Battlescarred wear and the price, it just then deserves to be the winner. For the Titan 9, I went Army Mesh, again, just because it is that mesh artwork that I'm just really not a big fan of. It's only 2 cents in the Battlescarred, but it's a bit rough to look at. Now, don't worry, you can spend over $16 and get yourself an MP7 orange peel that looks not like it's worth $16. My UMP, I went for Facility Dark. It is only 2 cents for the Battlescarred, but much like the briefing, the colors lack, the wear then just looks awful, and I don't see why anyone would want that in a loadout. Now, our most expensive weapon skin that's almost the same price as the knife and the gloves is the AUG Copperhead. $93 for this in field test. I know it's because of the drop weight on it and how old it is, but this for $93 is horrible. And then we got a few more, like the SG Waves Perforated, 2 cents, field test it. Again, one of those bits of artwork that just, I don't even know much to say about it. It's just such a lackluster skin. For the Scout, I went for the Prey. This was partly because of artwork, also partly because it's in that Mirage souvenir. It's in one of the souvenir collections, so you just end up getting this a lot, and it's not great artwork, so it's just not really nice to see that much. Now, potentially the only one people will argue against me for here is the Lab Rats. This in souvenir is like 7 cents for field test it. Some people actually really like the artwork on it. I mean, that's personal preference. I don't think it looks that good at all. It's kind of weird and creepy, and the colors just clash. So, it's going to be my worst MP5. Also, there's a lack of MP5 skins. Valve, please give us more. And then finally, we have the PP Bison Breaker Box, which you can see, it looks awful. There's not too much to say about this skin, unfortunately, but the good news is this loadout only costs $412. Now, obviously, we have some expensive stuff in there, like the AUG, and normally, all my videos are dedicated to sort of appreciating skins, building these beautiful loadouts, but whenever I did a video recently, there's a lot of requests. People were like, yes, let's do the worst loadout possible, so here you go. I probably could have spent a lot more money while making it the worst, but I thought like $400 for this absolutely awful loadout. This is what you're going to get for it. Now, with this in mind, what I'm going to do in a couple of weeks' time is build the cheapest loadout possible in Counter-Strike while actually having everything look fairly good. And I want to see, I'm going to come back and compare how it prices to this. But I'm going to end it there, guys. Enough waffling from me. A reminder to enter that giveaway for the Midnight Storm Deagle. It'll be picked in about a week's time. Make sure in the Discord when I announce the winner. And outside of that, a big thank you to the YouTube members that continue to support the channel and everything I do. It is greatly appreciated. If you check out that join button down below, it'll give you all the info and pricing and all the perks that you need to know. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.